That Don't Sound Right is a podcast about talking the way we did before the internet, when you could not prove anyone right or wrong.
All the expertise was contained in the people involved with the conversation. I'm Peter.
I'm Cecil, and I hope you enjoy our conversations. And as you listen, if you find yourself silently saying, "That don't sound right," send us a comment. You're one of us.
Give yourselves a slight spin and then tell me if you got it right. And, we're on the honor system here at TDSR.
Yeah, no, I'm not, if I don't spin until I get dizzy, I can tell I'm still oriented.
Peter Billman.
I'm Cecil Davis.
And we're just trying to have a conversation without Googling or fact-checking. Those things can so easily kill the conversation.
And this conversation is taking place over, I guess you're almost a day ahead of us, right? Or behind us. Because you're
I'm actually, it's weird. This don't sound right. I'm 9.5 hours ahead of you.
Because you are in India.
I'm in Bangalore, India. It's kind of in the central, southern part of India. And yeah, it is a wild place, but it is great people, though. I tell you, I just learned how to play cricket.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I've always wanted to, 15 years, I've always wanted to learn how to play cricket. And
That don't sound right.
Oh, yeah. Which part? That I waited that long, or did I want to learn how to play?
No, that you just get a chance to play cricket.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
But our team is always dedicated. So here we are, still bringing you the episode, even though we're on separate continents.
The show must go on, and we're living that out. But one of the things that's happening here is that my senses are being challenged in a lot of different ways. The things I see, maybe not the things I hear, because as we drive, there's nothing but horns. I mean, nothing but horns. And then things I taste, so all new tastes, and actually they're really good. I mean, if you never, Indian food is good at home, it's even better here. And it's very similar to here than it is at home. The taste, the flavors are the same. And then some of the things, let's see, what are some of the other senses, Cecil? Help me out here. I said taste, smell. Oh, I didn't talk about smell. There's some smells here that'll challenge you. Right. And then the touch. And really, there's nothing remarkable about touch here. The humidity is about like it is in North Carolina, and the temperature is like North Carolina.
Is this your first trip to India?
Yeah, I've never been to India before. Have you ever been? Yeah,
I've never been to India. I've been to Asia, but I haven't been to.
You've been to China.
I've been to China. Yep, and yep.
Did you have similar senses being challenged?
Oh, absolutely. Same kind of thing. Lots of incredible amount of traffic. Different tastes. Food it tasted different, and then lots of different smells. So
this kind of comes to my topic for tonight, and it's something that don't sound right to me. Is that we only have 5 senses? I feel like there's more. I feel like there's more senses than this. So, for instance, they've discovered, right? They discovered recently that we have a different taste, right? What was that other taste? Umami?
Yep, edamame.
Like, did you grow up understanding that was a
uname?
Uname, yeah.
Yeah.
Umami?
Edamame is a seed, I think.
Yeah, that's a soybean. We eat those. But no, the other taste, umami, is that what it is?
I think so.
So, I mean, did you grow up learning about that taste?
Unami? No.
Yeah. So I don't you think it's fair that we could classify something new as a sense?
I think so.
So for the first time, I think we want to classify a new sense. Actually, I have 2 senses I'd like to classify and add to the list.
What are they?
The first one is your sense of balance.
Okay. Think
about it. I can put you into a swivel chair, have you close your eyes, and I could swivel that chair around and stop you, and you pretty much will know which direction you're facing. And then I could put you in a boat and have you close your eyes, and you can sense, or maybe it's better in an airplane, maybe one that you're trying to land. and you're trying to land blindfolded. But you could sense the plane pitching and yawing and rolling without ever seeing it, right?
Yeah.
How is that not
I agree with you so far.
How is that not a sense?
Not a sense. Yeah, because I guess the sense of balance is so dependent upon the sense of sight, potentially, and feeling, like the feeling that you're getting back from feedback from the ground. I don't know. You got a question now that I've got to really think about.
I think this is one of those things I'm going to say it with authority, and you're just going to agree with me.
What's that? No, I'm starting to think about it because it does seem like a sense that you can lose the sense of balance. In underwater, you can lose your sense of direction or which way's up.
Yeah.
You certainly can do that in space. You can do it in the air. I mean, that's why you have ways of making sure that you understand. Like if you're flying by instruments, you need to know which way's up and which way's down. Like if you're in a cloud bank. So yeah, okay, I'm with you. I'll say sense of balance.
You can lose your orientation, but yeah, your sense of balance is pretty remarkable when you think about it.
It is.
And I think some folks would say, well, that's just it. Maybe it's a subset of feeling, and it's a subset of seeing. But I would say that. I think I could put you in a vacuum up into outer space with your eyes closed, and I could rotate you, and you could sense the rotation and know which direction you're facing when you open your eyes.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. I think I think you've discovered a new sense.
And I think,
because when things are off too. When things aren't right. When your sense of balance is off.
Right. So what are the arguments? Here's the question. What makes a sense then, Cecil? I think we need to go. Did you take anatomy as part of your course study in pharmacy?
I think we've established that me trying to remember my coursework is not the best source of any information. But yeah, we took anatomy.
I got to start somewhere, Cecil. I'm an engineer.
Sense of balance. Sense of balance. And people even refer to it as a sense of balance.
Don't they now?
Yeah. I wonder why they've never classified it as a sense.
So yeah, that's the question. Why is taste, smell, touch, hear, and see, what makes them senses?
Or the way you're sensing the environment, taking in information from the environment. But balance would be one of those senses.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking in information and so like you said, some people might argue that it's a subset, but people that have damage to other senses are still able to have a sense of balance.
Are you sitting in a chair right now that spins?
Yeah.
Do the experiment for me. So go ahead and do the experiment.
And see if I can tell which way I'm facing.
Yeah. Go ahead and just close your eyes. Give yourself I'm not there. Give yourself a slight spin, and then tell me if you got it right. And we're on the honor system here at TDSR.
Yeah. No, I'm not. If I don't spin until I get dizzy, I can tell I'm still oriented.
Yeah, right. You're oriented, right.
But now I could mess up that sense of balance by spinning until I got dizzy.
Right. No, that's right. But, I just had some spicy food, and I could taste enough spicy food where I mess up my sense of taste.
Right.
Right. COVID had people lose their sense of smell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you can lose your sense of balance.
And you can lose your sense of balance.
Yeah. I think maybe the long flight over there made you think about these things.
Okay, I got another one. I got another sense.
You've convinced me on that one. I
got another sense then. And it's kind of a subset of you alluded to it, but it's different from a sense of balance, but it's a sense of direction that you can take in a lot of information and orient yourself and know where you are.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a subset because we were actually talking about this week. And I think this plays into what you're saying because it amazes me that someone can throw a ball to another person, and there's some calculation that is taking place in your brain that you're able to throw the ball with enough force and lift that it makes it to the other person.
Yeah.
But you don't have that calculation in your head. Like you don't physically do that calculation. You just throw the ball and it gets to the other person. Or if you're throwing it way out of the field and you are able to hit a receiver, you're not doing that calculation in your head. You might have practiced, but you're not doing that calculation in your head. You're just able to take the ball and throw it and hit someone way down the field.
Right. You just have that sense of how much the push and how much the loft to get it there. And the same is true for
you if that's it.
The same is true for the guy catching the ball, right? Because you see the ball go up in the air. And so you sense how fast it's going and how high it's going, and then you put yourself to where the ball is going to land. I think that's even harder. I think that's even, well, I don't know if it's even harder.
I think that plays into your sense of direction. So you kind of sense where you are in space and time in relation to someone throwing you a ball, and you end up in the right spot. Now, again, some of that's practice and repetition, but you can still do it without practice and repetition.
Right.
I could tell you to run down a field and I could throw a football if we're not talking about 100 yards, but, over 20 yards, I could probably hit you with the football without thinking about it.
Yeah. And people that, don't throw a whole lot, they could pick up a ball and throw it, and they might not have the coordination to get it into the right spot, but they know that after they throw it, it's not going to make it.
Right. Yeah.
They don't have any illusion that the ball is going to get to the right spot, because they after they threw it, they immediately sensed that was wrong.
Yep.
I mean, I had that in my whole life, and I had that in my whole life in baseball. I threw the ball, I'm like, oh, that's going to go way too far.
Right. I think you may have come up with 2 additional senses.
Man,
I think we'll probably get a lot of feedback on this. Did you come up with this on the long flight to India?
I forgot. Let's see. I forgot where I got this. Where I thought about this. No, I think I had wrote this down earlier, and it was some discussions with some friends. We were talking about different things, and I don't remember why. Let's see. Yeah, I don't exactly remember how I got to there, but yeah, it's just that whole idea of sense of direction. So, I mean, also when we talk about sense of direction, you talk about throwing a ball, but what about just putting yourself on a map and then knowing where you are in a place?
Yeah. Yeah, you're certainly sensing the things that are around you.
Right, because you drive a little ways, you make a left. You drive a little way, you make a right. You drive a little ways, you bear to the right. You drive a ways, you make a left. Do you know which direction you're going? I think that's the sense I'm talking about, that you're originally going north, you make a series of turns, and you kind of generally know which direction you're facing after all those turns. Some people don't have that sense of direction.
Yeah, Pete, you're able to orient yourself again in time and space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would agree with you on both. You've won me over on both these. I think you've.
That's just another sense. But these seem too obvious to me. That's probably why I don't. That's why I don't sound right. These 2 seem to be too obvious. So maybe our definition of a sense is incorrect, which is why these aren't senses.
Let's get back. I know we'll have people write in and tell us whether or not we're correct on the sense or not. The definition of sense. But to me, I think it makes sense about the sense.
There you go.
You may not be able to sense it, but you have come to the end of another that don't sound right.
Hey, before we close, we want to thank everyone for listening. If this is your first time and enjoyed the conversation, would you consider hitting the subscribe button on the platform you listen with? Also, if you're a longtime listener, please give us a rating. Leave us a review so others can easily find us and join the conversation.
All right, That Don't Sound Right is a production of TSR Podcasts in conjunction with Camel City Studios. I am your co-host and sound engineer, Cecil. Peter's your other host and your web designer. Camille does our bartending for coffee, not for... Let me restate that.
We call that barista.
Camille is on barista. Emily at bartender. Emily does our graphic design. Ella does our Instagram. Georgia tests our merchandise. Brent is our international brand ambassador. And as always, listener number 1 is
Scott.
So until next week, keep talking.
And stay curious.